there's only two reasons people hire people. The first reason is they have a need. They need someone to accomplish something, lead a team. They have tasks that they need completed, right? And the other big reason is their business unit probably has challenges. So as I've said before, you want to spend most of your time while you're in this interview talking about what are they really looking for, what are their challenges, and how specifically that applies to you. If you haven't read just a phenomenal book by John Maxwell, I'm going to recommend it here. I think I've said it on a previous podcast. I'm not sure. It's called Everyone Communicates, Few People Connect. And that's one of the biggest problems that you're having if you're going on interviews, not converting them to offers, is you are just communicating on these interviews and not truly connecting on what's important to them, what are truly their challenges, and presenting yourself in a position to help people. Because let's be honest, if you go to a company and they're looking for a type of person and they're looking to solve whatever challenges, and you as the candidate, regardless of your level, know you can do that and do that effectively, can we all agree that you should be hired? If they're looking for what you can do, if they have challenges that you can solve, you should be hired. If you're not being hired, it is because absolutely how you're positioning yourself in this interview. And today I want to help you. How we do this is you have to ask lots of questions. Most of the time, you need framework of when someone says they're looking for someone, maybe you ask a question like this, which we coach our clients on. We say something along the lines of, hey, what are the biggest priorities in your role that you're looking to accomplish? What are the 3 top priorities? Give me a brief overview of what you're really looking for, a variation of that question. And then what'll happen is the person will tell you, right? We need training is on the forefront of our mind right now. Budgeting effectively, cost efficiency. I don't know what they're going to say. But most of the time, here's what happens. Number one, if you're asking that question, you're already in good shape because it's one of the only reasons you're on the interview. And number two, you need to take a step deeper. Remember I said most people are communicating on these interviews and not connecting? If I just simply ask a guy what he's looking for and he tells me and I tell him that I have that background, we didn't really get into what he's actually looking for. Because can we agree that if someone says we're looking for training, someone to train our team, we don't just want to go into train like how we can train teams, etc. We want to say, hey, why did you say training first? Why is training most important to you right now? So essentially what I'm doing is I'm asking clarifying questions on why that's important. And if you don't ask these clarifying questions, you're not going to know what's important from them inside of training. They're not looking for someone to do training. They're probably looking for training programs to be developed, how they can score training, how they know training's effective, or something along those lines. See how all of these questions are going to help me respond or have a further discussion with them about how to actually solve this based on what I've done previously. But if you don't ask sometimes clarifying questions, you can't dig deeper into why that's important to them, what they're actually looking for. You need to have these lists of some of these clarifying and probing questions because they're only going to allow you to get to actually the root of what they're actually talking about. Because if you stay very surface level with these professionals, it's going to be really hard to get hired. Remember, it's not the best person. The best, most qualified person is not the one who gets hired. It's not the best person with the Harvard MBA, the Stanford bachelor's degree, or etc. It's going to be the person who best communicates.